Latvia plans to scrap Russian language classes, Lithuania may follow suit.
Here's a summary of the article.
Latvia's Ministry of Education plans to introduce one of the EU's official languages as a second foreign language in all schools as of the 2026–2027 academic year. The Latvians' intention to achieve this in 4 years is very optimistic. The issue of a shortage of German, French, or other EU language teachers exists both in Latvia and in Lithuania, Lucas said. Alongside possible new rules of language teaching, young people should also be encouraged to choose language studies, according to Lucas. Currently, there are no national guidelines on which foreign languages can be taught in schools in Latvia, which means that each educational institution decides individually which language classes to offer. A survey conducted in 2021 found that almost half of Latvian schools have no other choice of a second foreign language except for Russian. Until now, members of the Russian minority in Latvia could attend special schools where certain subjects could be taught in Russian. In Lithuania, 67.9% of high school students choose Russian as their second foreign language.
This post received a score of 26,000, with an upvote ratio of 94%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Majority of the pupils take Russian because everyone takes Russian and because smaller towns with smaller schools wouldn't even have a teacher of another language in the first place. Russian is being selected not because young people are interested in learning Russian, it's because there are no other alternatives that would be logical to a child. The only use for Russian is to speak to ethnic Russians, who surprise surprise, don't speak Lithuanian, especially if they are elderly. Hell, even young ethnic Russians can speak English nowadays.
Russian was the lingua franca of the USSR, but nowadays it has been replaced by English in the ex-SSRS.
Russia is still the common tongue in most of Central Asia, but they are actively pushing to revive their native tongues. In their case, I think it usually does have a considerable "fuck you Russia" component though.
Will Lithuanians stop using Russian words for swearing though?
Putin is going to be primarily responsible for the decimation of Russian culture worldwide.
I can't wait. Russians have gotten way too comfortable over the years living off the West's opulence while at the same time spreading propaganda aimed to destroy the West. Fuck them.
Greater than Russians have gotten way too comfortable over the years living off the West's opulence while at the same time spreading propaganda aimed to destroy the West. Seriously, what the hell is that? I guess they just hate us cause they ain't us.
Would improve my Dota games for sure.
One of the flimsy excuses Russia used as a reason for invading the sovereign nation of Ukraine was to protect Russian speakers from some imagined genocide. Thus, it's important for other neighboring countries to not allow the language to be taught in school, lest they suffer the same fate.
That's literally what they said in their most popular propaganda show just a few days ago. That there are a lot of Russian speakers in Kazakhstan and that it needs the same treatment that Ukraine got.
Ultimately it is just an excuse though. The actual reasoning of Russian nationalists is simply that these countries were a part of the Russian Empire and the USSR, which they see as the Second Russian Empire, and so Russia has the right to do whatever it wants to them.
A flimsy excuse that everyone can see through, but you are correct, it is an excuse.
I don't see it as a petty move but as a logical one. Knowing Russian probably gave some business and employment opportunities, but those will dry up now. Learning a language of one of the friendly neighbors instead of Russian seems more practical and productive.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.